Avoid getting possessed. This is our review of Stranger Things, Attack of the Mind Flayer.
Stranger Things Attack of the Mind Flayer is a hidden identity game set in the world of the Netflix show, and I'm always a big fan of hidden identity games.
There's not much substance here for fans of the show, or fans of board games in general. We'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play. At the start of the game, each player takes a character tile and a starting adventure card to let them know if they're sane or possessed.
The number of starting possessed players will increase as the player count increases.
On each player's turn, they will flip over an adventure card and give it to another player. They cannot keep it for themselves.
If a player receives 3 Mind Flayer cards, they are now possessed for the rest of the game.
If a player ever receives 3 hard hit cards, they are knocked out for the rest of the game.
As adventure cards are drawn, there will eventually be 3 meeting cards that will show up throughout the deck that will cause an event to happen.
The game ends when there are only 1 or 2 players left in play, or when the 3rd meeting card is resolved.
All possessed players reveal themselves. If there's at least 1 sane player left in the game, they win. Otherwise, the possessed team wins.
Before we get into the Upside Down, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
All your likes and subscribes really help us out, so thank you.
Stranger Things is a hugely popular TV show, and of course we watched it as well. So when I saw that they were coming out with a game, and it's a hidden identity game that we love, we wanted to try it. And when we finally got to play it, I was a little bit disappointed. Okay, I was a lot disappointed with this game because it's a little boring and it's not the best mechanics involved in a hidden identity game. One of the huge drawbacks with this game is it depends on the honor system, which I get if you're playing with a group of friends and whatever, and you guys are all going to be honorable and tell the truth if you're possessed or not, or if you got the hard hit cards or not, etc., etc. It kind of forces you to use the honor system, and I'm not really a big fan of that because I'd much rather have there be a way that everyone knows what's going on when things happen.
So to start, I'm going to be honest. I did love Stranger Things Season 1. I started Season 2, but I guess life just got in the way and I didn't finish it. Like, I don't think it's a bad series. I definitely want to see it. But like when I saw Attack of the Mind Flayer, I'm like, oh, I don't know what that means. Yeah, so I didn't really get where the Mind Flayer comes into play. I mean, I guess I get it. It's like, oh, you're possessed and there's always going to be 2 teams, right? So it's like, okay, all right, cool. Just don't be possessed.
Now, when you first start the game, each player is assigned a character, which doesn't really matter because none of them have any abilities or anything. You're just getting a character to be associated with the IP. Everything that happens in the game is with the cards. The cards will tell you if you're possessed. The cards will tell you if you're knocked out of the game. The cards will tell you if you're not possessed. So as you're playing, it's basically just a card game. These tiles are just kind of here for show so that they have the artwork on it. And the card game itself is kind of boring because you're just passing cards to each other, and then it's the cumulative total of what you have. So if you have 3 Mind Flayers, then you become possessed. However, if you have the memories cards, then you can counteract that. So if you have 3 Mind Flayers and 2 memories, you only have 1 Mind Flayer. But if you're past 2 more Mind Flayers, then you become possessed because now you have 3. So that's basically the game, and then you're doing that. And again, because it's all honor system, people aren't looking at your cards. So if at any point during the game, before you pass or someone steals from you or anything like that, if you actually were to become possessed, no one would know. And it's not until the end of the game when everyone raises their hand and you're like, oh, I was possessed. And then at the end of the game, it's kind of like, all right, we're all gonna raise our hand. All right, 1, 2, 3. And then if you just like wait that like split second, like, oh, no, I wasn't possessed. I mean, not that you want to be dishonest when playing the game, but at the same time, if the game lends itself for that being able to happen, I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, when I think about it, like the main thing here would just get possessed. You know what I mean? Like if you want a guaranteed win, just get possessed. If you have a memories card, get rid of it. Just get possessed. Like just collect them all and then start handing out the Mind Flayers once you've already got your 3. Then just hand them out because now you're possessed. So that would guarantee everyone winning.
And when you're playing, it's also supposed to be a social deduction game. So as you're handing out cards, you're not supposed to see, you're just supposed to ask the player, all right, what card did you get? And then the other player, what card did they give you? And see if they're lying and negotiate. Oh, well, he gave me the Mind Flayer and I asked my first one, so I'm not possessed yet. Or he gave me a hard hit card. So it's not that great of a social deduction game. The mechanics aren't that fun. And it loosely ties to the IP, but it's not even fun if you've seen Stranger Things.
I think I still had fun just because I enjoy the a group of people, right? So this was 4 to 10, and I think we had maybe 6.
I think we had 6 players.
Yeah, we had 6 players, so I think that's a good in the middle where we can kind of have fun, interact, and enjoy. I like it because it's new and it showed me another mechanics to play Hidden Identity, so I'll give it that. Overall, I was really hoping that there would be more like asymmetric player powers. I mean, I get it, Stranger Things, I like it. The price point wasn't very high or anything. Hidden Identity, that was a plus. For the most part, it just seems like it's a Hidden Identity game about just trading cards, right? So I almost feel like you could have done this with a deck of cards probably and just assigned it. I still like it because Hidden Identity, however, not my favorite Hidden Identity. I'll probably give this like a 3.
Overall, I was really excited to play this game because I really like Stranger Things and we really like social deduction games and hidden identity games. And then this just kind of let me down because loosely tied to the IP, very loosely, the card trading mechanic and then the talking about what cards you got and all that is kind of boring, kind of didn't really get into it. So overall, I'm going to give the game a 3 as well. And that was our review of Stranger Things, Attack of the Mind Flayer.
What'd you think? Do you feel possessed to give it a try? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video, subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
I'm Kenny, and go party like a board gamer.